Welcome back to Black Girls Do Reviews. We are on episode 10. Brr, 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 brr. That is like such a big deal to me. It just feels good to be locked in, to be delivering week after week. That's 10 weeks of the Black Girls. And we're here. We've already had our first special guest, which is pretty cool. And up from here. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I was literally thinking earlier, like, wow, 10 episodes means 10 weeks. Like, that's amazing.
Good. 10 episodes. That's like halfway through a season. I feel
Right.
like we're pretty locked in right now. Mid-season finale type of stuff. Um,
hmm
so of course we're back with reviews of the Real Housewives, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Real Housewives of Potomac. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I didn't watch the actual episode. I watched clips, of course. I don't know why. I just never want to watch, I think, a full episode of Salt Lake City. The little online clips I get are just enough for me. And so all I know is Mary had a like breakfast at Tiffany's style
hmm
her house. And
hmm
that pretty much was all the recap I saw, all the clips that really I cared about. Um, but it was nice to see Mary hosting an event. She doesn't typically host events, I think. Like, I don't think we've seen many of hers that I can remember. So this was nice. And I saw her rating all the girls' outfits. Pretty much
Yeah.
she hated everybody's outfits for
No,
the
but they all did horrible. It was breakfast at Tiffany's. Um, Lisa wore a jumpsuit.
like, and
I
Mary
don't,
said apparently that jumpsuit, Mary wore it already on Watch What Happens Live. And it's like,
yeah, and I saw Lisa trying to like talk about, oh, she probably got this from like Saks, like in the store, and she got it off the runway or something like that. I don't know what she said exactly, but it just felt racist. So
it's given that. It's given that. Very much so. Like she got the knockoff or something. What you trying to say?
yeah, like she got it like last season, and Lisa got it in season or something. I don't know. It just gave not cute. I don't like that. But
Cute.
her outfit was whack. I'm gonna save Meredith for later. Heather, of course, gave nothing. Angie came great. Angie was great. Um, I'm not mad at Whitney's outfit either, simply because I feel like she's not someone who comes like dressed to the nines anyway. So I feel like she did within
Her.
her yeah,
Mm.
within what she does. I don't know why Brittany. Well, I know why Brittany was invited. Mary told us why Brittany was invited, but can we just X her out, please?
You
Like,
like she was like caught in a whirlwind. Like I hate when people look like, oh, like you know what I mean? It's like get
mm-hmm.
like, beat up before you came in here. Like she just looked a little misheveled, if you ask
That
me.
face, I don't know. It's just something about that face. It's kind of scary, and I don't really like talking about the Lord's children like that, but like that
Yeah.
was mhm. But Meredith.
Wait, you skipped Bronwyn. So then Bronwyn then goes,
Oh, okay, Bronwyn. I don't know why, but I guess Bronwyn's outfit wasn't like super memorable, but I feel like she was up there with Angie. Like she came dressed, and I know
yeah.
she tried with the little fake bangs thing. I just really wish that I know, like, I guess us, like, I'm thinking about us. If we were to do like a breakfast at Tiffany's, Audrey Hepburn, I don't think any of us are trying to do bangs. I don't think that would have been our motive, and so I felt like this was very white of
Yeah.
these ladies to be like, yeah, let me get bangs.
Yeah.
Let me do a bangs hairstyle. It was weird.
We love a theme, but like not costume it. You know what I mean? So for your
Yeah.
birthday party, when it was like dress like your favorite martini or embody your favorite martini, like no one came as a glass.
Actual martini, yeah.
Like, like no one came as a lime,
Right.
it was like embody that, So I think, yeah, I don't see us, we wouldn't have.
And I think that's the difference, right? It's like we want to keep things like for us. Like we still want to make sure we shine through when
Yeah.
we are doing a theme. In
Mhm.
comparison to them, they're like, let's fully commit. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling the bangs. And that's why I think it was That was the hardest hour uh, of watching TV I ever had in my life because I just could not stop looking at that bangs. That bangs was scaring me. I just didn't understand the logistics behind it. Was it back here? Like how, like, is it clipped in? I actually, so who said it? One of the ladies said that it was a clip-on bang. I think Bronwyn said it because Bronwyn has the same one. But I really had thought she did like a bun, and you know how you could flip it over. That's what I had first thought when I was seeing the previews.
That makes sense though.
I feel like that probably would have even been a bit better. I don't know.
It
These,
wouldn't have been moving all around as much, I think. Like it was a lot of forehead for me. It was a lot of like, and it didn't okay. I think a lot of us hear breakfast at Tiffany's and we think we know what that is. Like I think of the Tiffany blue and all of that. And I probably would have had to look up like how I want to embody it. But like I definitely don't know the Audrey Hepburn bang reference.
me
Like,
not here.
and for her to be like, what? Like you guys don't get it? No. Like it wasn't so obvious that I could make sense of it?
Yeah. And I also feel like I know this is her work. I know this is her job. And I know sometimes like there are things that you've probably done at work and you're like all in the team spirit, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it for the team spirit. And there's things that I'm sure I've participated in that I'm like, okay, I did it for work,
Yeah.
whatever, for my work friends. So, but in my mind is like your work is national TV, babe. So why would you ever feel like it's okay for you to look a hot mess like that? Like you still have to look decent or presentable. I mean, granted, maybe she did think she looked good, but also she has young kids. So I also feel like where were the kids? Like, why didn't you FaceTime your kids to be like, hey, how do you think I look for the party?
And apparently one of the children is you know, he should have been able to help you clock that and be like, yeah, you're
He should
not
have ate her up and been like, girl, you was embarrassing the family right now, please.
art. Because it would have been just as good if she just had her hair slicked up in a bun. Or she just did like a pony of some style or whatever. The outfit would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. It would have been cute. She fully committed and it was no
It was
bueno.
good now.
Then when she like lost her mind, sorry to be jumping ahead, but when they got to her portion of things and she's like with her phone up, like whatever. And then Whitney grabs the phone and she's like, don't touch my phone. The bangs in the vein, it's giving crazy person. It's literally giving psych. It's giving grippy socks. It was scary for me. It was really scary seeing that. And I just feel like she just lost it. Like, I don't know if I'm thinking to our last episode with Ya when she made the point that like when they introduce new people, that usually means one of the OGs is leaving. So I don't know if Meredith is trying to like kick it into overdrive, but it felt really like, are you well? Like you feel unhinged right now.
Yeah, I do think like it was a major overreaction. However, I also was like, why is Whitney touching her phone? And when Whitney was like, I'm trying to turn the volume
Wait,
up,
wait, 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 wait. There's a fire alarm going on in my apartment building right now. Like, what are the chances? What are the
are
chances?
you? Well, you know, I was about to say, are you supposed to?
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, Meredith felt a little.
No, yeah. I was saying that in her defense, I
Okay.
don't understand why Whitney grabbed the phone because like I get it. She was talking about some, oh, I'm turning down the volume, but you asked me to turn down the volume on my phone. You don't take my phone from me. I should have slapped you upside your head, but I didn't. I'm sorry. That's just what about been my thought. Like
I
we
I
can't
agree,
do like that. Like, what are you doing?
but I also don't get why was Meredith holding it like over there?
I
Just
don't
play
know.
it, like just play it.
It was like right here next to Whitney's head.
So, like, if you're right here at the table, just play it for the group. It was weird, but she was like, "Don't touch my phone." Like,
Oh gosh. And I was actually here for when Mary said like you need to go. Like you could go. And then she was like, but I feel like I think everyone is very aware of why Mary said like you need to go because she just kept going. Angie stopped. She kept going. And I think it was more of like a we just want you to shut up kind of thing. But of course, it's not like that. And I feel like once again, taking it so far. Oh my God, you want me to leave, so I'll leave. I am. And then it became Mary is actually the criminal now. Mary is the one doing it wrong because she's kicking him out. I'm like, I'm just so hurt, Mary. And I was like, oh, this is the end of the beginning of the end.
I also don't think Mary was actually threatening her, like putting her out. Mary was like, she was just yelling at both of them, like, if y'all aren't gonna stop, y'all gotta go.
Right. Like y'all in my house. Why are y'all yelling? This is breakfast at Tiffany's. We
Okay.
not in front of we not at the local diner. Like, come on.
And when I say stop, stop. That was the thing. Like, y'all are not stopping, and now I'm yelling. So cut it out, you know? But it was dramatic. It was really dramatic.
It was dramatic. It was just really like, ugh. And I mean, I know there was like a little thing with Heather and Bronwyn. I just feel like Heather's tired, bro. Like I think like people put too much yeah, gassed her head up too much last season with the receipts, proof, all of the thing with her little saying. Like yeah, gassed her up and now she just thinks she's that bitch. And she needs to come down to reality and realize
Yeah. She just had never been an it girl before. So it's just like she doesn't know what the next step is. Like, how do I maintain my status? But she
mm,
thinks it's like you have to do what it took to get there. And
right,
you don't. Once you're at that level, now you get to just enjoy being the it girl.
right.
So it was weird for me when she was like brought up the prenup again.
Why are you so stuck on that,
What are
bro?
you talking about?
I think and it's not just like a her. I really feel like it's like a world thing. People are really obsessed with other people's lives, bro. Like if I'm in that friend group and Bronwyn was to be divorced tomorrow and she walks away with no money, what that got to do with me? Babe, I still got another 24 hours. I still gotta deal with the shit I gotta deal with. I'm not related to Bronwyn. I don't care. So to me, it's like, why do people care so much about other people's lives like that? Like,
And especially like this is asked and answered. Like we're good. Let it go. So I agree when Bronwyn was like, "You don't want me to open that door." Yeah, because I'm about to start getting rude at this point because we already talked about it. We moved on. Now we just got to fight. But how about that? How about that? How about that? Because I'm
now
tired.
we just got humble. So what's
I'm
up?
tired. So I like the back and forth between Bronwyn and Heather, where it was like, "Girl, what is you on? Like, how is you cool? Cause
You
what are you talking about? What is your axe to grind with me?" And I think it really is like Heather feeling like she's gonna lose her spot.
mm-hmm.
You might, but this is not your way to go down.
Right. And
So,
actually,
by the way, Jesus.
and actually, if it is, you should bring something to the table. Like if she actually had a storyline to bring to the table, somebody actually posted her on Thursday on Instagram or something like that. And I was a little drunk, y'all. So I responded to the story. I was like, messy bitch with no storyline.
Clock that. What about it?
What do we know about Heather this season besides nothing? We know nothing about her. We don't know anything about the kids. We don't know anything about Heather. She's so a Bronwyn's asshole and Lisa's asshole.
That's all we got. Like, if
So
anything, she's forced, like, she's doubling down on why we need Bronwyn in the cast
right.
versus why we need her, right? Like, it was, this whole thing with her marriage and yada, yada. Like, it just feels very much like, yeah, we need Bronwyn, not you. Like, you're making us pick which one we like, Team Bronwyn or Team Heather. When
Mhm.
you already feel like you might be on the chopping block, why would you do that? That's just not a smart strategy, right? And especially you're going back and forth with somebody who is proving that like they're not going down without a fight. right? So when she's even saying stuff like, oh yeah, well, if it didn't matter about seats, why were you in first class and nobody else was? It's like, it was my credit card.
Because I pay for it, bitch. And if they was that pressed, they could also pay for their shit too.
Like, you keep trying to go against her and it's not working. Like every
At
turn you're
all.
trying, it's not working out for you. Even like something real simple. Maybe this is just me. But when she was trying to make fun of the fact that Todd collects Starbucks cups wherever he goes, like why is that funny? Like I actually think that's cute. This man is a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever,
And
and
he
he
has a
buys,
hobby.
he buys Starbucks cups. That's kind of like down to earth. Like, okay, cool. I know people who collect shot glasses everywhere they go or coins or whatever. Like, I don't think that's like a dig. Like, why was that a thing to pull up? Especially like he's a lot richer than you.
A
So
lot.
is that like trying to come at him like, oh, like what kind of, broke boy buy Starbucks cups? It's like,
And Starbucks cups ain't cheap either for the average Joe. Okay.
okay. And
So
he's going to all these places where the cups are from.
clock that.
What are we talking about? So it just, Heather, you're barking up the wrong tree, is all I think. And you
Yeah.
never gave us nothing about you. So
Hmm.
bravo, we could get rid of Heather whenever you're ready.
I was honestly gonna say it's given some girls need pink slips after this season.
Who
We need
else?
to, I think Meredith needs to go. Like we haven't, not that I want to hear about the bat mitzvah, but we haven't heard about that.
I
Like
forgot.
I said,
Forgot.
no shade to Heather and Meredith, but Brittany has more of a storyline than these two.
Yes.
Like we know,
Yeah.
we just found out she been dating three men. We know
Okay.
she lying to the Mormon community. She's saying she don't drink, but homegirl Angie brought wine for her. Like we finding out a little bit. And don't get me wrong, like Brittany's annoying, and I cannot stand her on my TV.
Yeah.
But
She giving. And Brittany has more potential, right? Because now remember Brittany don't got the kids not talking to her. So we got to figure that out. So she got a little room. If she was less annoying, we could kind of get somewhere. Um, but we don't like her still. But I agree with you because nobody else has anything to offer. Honestly. And remember the other girl, she was kind of around, but she must have just fell off.
I heard about her. I heard that. I don't know how true this is because the Twitter streets be coming up with so many things. But I heard that she's no longer being shown because her Trump supporting posts were found. And so she's just not shown on our TV screens anymore.
That's whack. All these women are Trump supporters in my mind because Utah is red. So I don't care.
I
I don't know
think,
if it's like a little blue patch for Salt Lake City, but I don't even think they live in Salt Lake, most of these people. So I'm counting all of them as red. Sorry.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I've heard that Lisa is a Trump supporter, so that tracks, yeah.
exactly the word I was looking for. I was trying to say path tracks. It just,
But I think it's more of like a how out there are you
yeah.
about it? Because I don't know, I could be lying, but I feel like Andy had put out something saying he was for Kamala, and I don't know, I could be lying. So I think it's like a oh you for that? Mm,
Word. I think it's that. It's like the what they say, the court of public opinion,
yeah.
right? Like if it just would do not do favorable with the audience, you gotta go. That's it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course, we don't know what anybody does in the booth when they vote. We just
Right.
know who our president is now,
Hmm.
and the world turns. Like that's all we got. Um, anything else on Salt Lake City?
No, but I was just thinking about this because you were one of the reasons why I started watching this other franchise, of
Ah,
Bills. Did you see the premiere?
I've only seen clips, of course. So I saw the clips. I don't even know what day of the week it comes on or what time. But I do want to watch this one because they have a new black woman cast member. Um,
Oz Bozeman?
Bose, I think is the nickname she's going by. But I'm interested in seeing her. She was like the CMO of Netflix at one point.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Uber and something
yeah.
else. She's big time
I'm
for real.
interested in seeing her. But I've only seen clips. I haven't watched. So it's like, dang, are we gonna review like 5 shows at one time? Like, what do you
No, I don't think we have to, but I like Beverly Hills. I started watching the premiere and I was in and out of sleep. Like the girl
Yeah.
be tired and these shows be coming on late, like 9 o'clock. I'm trying to
Ugh,
go to sleep by 8, okay?
okay. I don't want the show to start at 9. That's my problem. Like to start at 9 means it's too late. It's too late for me. I need you to be wrapping up at 9. I need you to
Right.
be
So I've seen clips of it. Or whatever the case may be. But yeah, Bose is there, but she's I think she's gonna be friends with Dorit. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
me
So
either. Me either. But I feel like some people were saying like Dorit is trying to hold on to like whatever grip she has because she might be gone. Um, yeah,
um
so she's trying to find a friend as much as possible. As long as Bowles don't get into it with Garcelle, then I'll allow it. I don't want to see that on my TV screen. But I would like if Garcelle, Bowles, Sutton, and Kathy Hilton, like we're all a group.
oh
That would
my
be
God.
creme de la creme for me. And then the rest of them just whatever.
Yeah, I love Kathy. She made an appearance.
That's my girl.
She
Mm.
made an appearance, and that was actually really nice to see her on our TV screens. Even though she was a little bit like, I'm not gonna lie, like I do let a lot of shit slide because she is Kathy Hilton that I would not let the average white woman or any other white woman stuff slide. Because she was at that party, and I don't know if you've seen this clip, but she was at that party. She had clip-ins in her hair. She got to the party, Kendra, and immediately was like, I need to take this out my hair, and started undoing her
Ooh,
clip-ins
ooh.
in the middle of the party. And I was just like, Kathy, what are we doing, babe? And then like they did the introduction to Bose and am I saying it right, Bose?
Yeah, Bose.
Okay. They did the introduction and she was like, I'm Bosema, or whatever she said her name was. And then Kathy was like, oh, your boss. You're a boss. You're a boss. She's the boss. And
Mhm.
I felt like what it really was like Kathy didn't really get her name and she heard some part of the name. And so she was just
Hey,
like flip it and reverse it and say
yeah.
like, oh yeah, no, you're a boss. You're a boss ass bitch. Well, she didn't say that, but she's like, you're a boss. And to me, that was kind of like, because I'm very sensitive about names. So
Yes. Mhm.
like, but I'm gonna let it slide because you're Kathy Hilton. And Bose was actually okay with it herself, and I was actually kind of shocked because I felt like Black women with strong Black names, beautiful Black names, they don't usually just be letting shit slide. But she was
But
like,
maybe she's conditioned to keep it cute, very
oh,
corporate, very like, I'm pretty sure getting to the level she's gotten to, startups and all that stuff,
that
she's
is true.
not heard a thing or two, seen a thing or two.
That is true.
Like that, we have to do that, but like, you got to kind of,
But also true, now that you say that, I'm thinking like, who don't want to be cool with Kathy Hilton? So she probably just like, I'm just.
keep it cute. Like, oh, hey, girl, you crazy. What we talk about when we back at the house, like, now that lady know. Like, she knows.
What was
She
that about?
was not trying to call me no boss. Okay. She probably having this discussion at home, but then with the lady was like, oh, yeah, okay, Kathy. Like I said, Kathy she's our crazy kooky,
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
So we have Real Housewives of Potomac. Now I saw in your note you said you tuned in at 8:22, so you missed the first half of it.
I saw some of it, but I was just like not writing notes about it.
Okay.
I didn't see let me see in your notes you started writing. I didn't see like Maybe I did see this. Where? Okay, I remember seeing Ashley's mom has a blockage in her heart. I remember that.
Mhm.
Um, I don't really remember that Ashley and Giselle talking about Karen's DUI situation.
Karen goes over to Ashley's house in the backyard, and it's Ashley and Giselle, and they're like basically asking her like, "Do you really need help? Like, are you okay?" Blah blah blah. Like I put in the note, if you when you tuned in is when you should have. Nothing happened before that, so you literally missed nothing. Quick recap: painting with Stacy and TJ. I don't know why I feel like I saw that scene already.
They do that a lot. They play the end of a scene and then they like bring it forward.
Yeah. So when I literally started the episode over and then went like, am I watching an old episode? I went to the last episode to see like, am I not getting the right thing? So that was a waste of time. Didn't care about that. Ashley and Giselle trying to get to the bottom of the DUI and if Karen really needs help, another waste of time because Karen, of course, says I can't talk about anything. So that was a waste. Then at that like sit down, Ashley reveals to Giselle that her mom has a blockage in her heart.
Mm-hmm.
That was that. And I get that was like a setup for the mom coming to the house, later on in the episode. And then Wendy and her family are celebrating the kids graduating from elementary school to middle.
Okay, yeah, something
Yeah,
like
something like that. Um, but that was fast forwarding past that. Beautiful family, love, beautiful. But just anyway, so this is tuning in at the 30-minute mark, pretty much where it got good. Let's start with Ashley's mom comes over to her house.
hmm. Yes. Listen, Ashley and her mom very much treat an apple. Very much treat an apple. Like I was like, yo, y'all the same ladies.
Y'all are.
Generations for real. Same ladies. Like literally, I feel like Ashley is truly like her mom if she ever caught a come up. This is what she would just be
Yes.
like. Like just it's so crazy to me. But her mom really sat there and said that she what was it that she said? She said something about she been living with the man.
Mm-hmm.
He worked 12 hours
Yep.
with a heart blockage.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't contribute.
Not as much as she would like.
Not as
Yeah.
much. Not as much. He
Mm-hmm.
contribute not as
Mm-hmm.
there's some women in this world who are so better than me. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Honestly, I like when you said apple meet tree, tree meet apple, like this is the same scenario. Quite literally. Like actually you're doing drag shows and figuring out how you got to make it as a single mom because you got a man that you know what I mean? Like it's given the same thing where you have someone who's not contributing. Okay, Michael may contribute financially to a certain degree, but obviously it's not as much as you would like because why you got to go to drag shows? Why you got to get Gina off the ground? Like it's obviously not as much as you would like. And then he's also not contributing with like trying to take care of these kids either.
Mhm.
So it's the same scenario, just a little bit different. But I also feel this point. I don't like Ashley Darby because
Ooh.
why you ain't secured a bag for your mama? I get it. I get moms be making decisions and we can't, they're going through life for the first time, all that stuff, grace, 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 more
Come
grace.
on. Yeah.
Yes, you have to accept certain things that you can't change, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But let me get in the sack with a millionaire. You don't think I'm securing it for like for all y'all, like everybody?
Mia, you're pulling a
Like,
Mia.
the bag is getting secured, period. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get him to get a house. My mama gotta live there. You understand what I'm saying? Like the house that Ashley's in now would have been my mama house, and it
Mhm.
would have been paid. We straight da 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 da. I'm in the house with Michael.
Mhm.
We buying up properties. Teach me how to buy a condo, blah, blah, blah. Once I get a few properties in my belt, now I leave. You know what I'm saying? It's about securing a bag for everybody. And so
Mhm.
I'm just so disappointed with Ashley because it's like, what was you doing?
I don't even want to say like lights are on and no one is home. I just feel like I don't know. I think she just genuinely thought like Michael alone was just her say like this was a like you know when you've been fighting all your life. I don't even know if she was fighting all her life. I really don't know. Like I feel like there's a period of Ashley's life. I don't even know how she discovered Michael, but there's a period of Ashley's life that is very like question mark. What were you doing? Where were you living? What was your life like? But I just feel like she immediately found Michael and she was just like, oh God, you saved me. This is enough. This is enough, Lord. I'm not gonna ask for any more. You gave me this rich white man. I'm good. But you see, we not like a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people are like, yes, you gave me this rich white man. I'm about to pop this coochie severely. I'm about to secure the bag for everybody. Everybody is about to make a come up. Like, you had to start literally if I'm meeting a rich, I don't care if he's white or black, whatever. If I'm meeting a rich man tomorrow and he's like, "What's your 5-year plan?" Oh, I was thinking about opening up a spa. I would actually like to buy like
Yep.
other properties. That's from day
Period.
zero. Day zero. I'm putting the things in his ear.
Hmm?
So we can she wasn't thinking big. She thinking
No,
small.
think it's
She's still
small.
thinking small. She's still thinking small. Look at
Still
Johnny.
thinking very small, very, very small, because I would have had this joint lined up, and I can't for the life of me think that like you was never really in love. No shade, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. But like for her to like not have secured the bag, you to me it's like you really thought you was in love with this man, like that, like it should have always been on your mind what I'm about to do. Like, what's the plan? How I'm moving? What's the strategy? You know? So I can't believe that you was just so deeply in love the whole time. Cause I would have fell out of love and then just started thinking about the bag. And then now we gotta get that. Now I gotta, I gotta get this money by tomorrow. that's
What
that's
if
what
like a form of like Stockholm? I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to finish girl, but what if it was like a form of like Stockholm? Like, have you ever dated someone who you wasn't like, oh, he's not a 9 out of 10. He's like a 6.5. But once you continue to talk to him, like his personality, 10. He did all of the things you like, 10. And so eventually, as you continue dating him, you start telling yourself, like, nah, this man I love this man. He's a 8.795 in my eyes right now. Like, do you think maybe that's what she eventually did? Like, this old white man, he old, he white.
but he's like, showing me a life I never seen. That I can see that. That's what I'm saying. I absolutely see that. To me, it's like, but when you fell out of love and feel like you got to get this divorce, I would have fell out of love silently and then just started like collecting properties, and making like I feel like she didn't prepare an exit strategy.
Yeah.
Like, and I think with women, like we can stop loving somebody and like get ourselves together and then go. It's just like quitting a job before you have another one lined up. I think that's so crazy, but people do it all the time. Like I don't like this job, so I'm just gonna leave. I get that, but I think you should quit. Like, I think you should not be liking the job, but keep working, apply other places, and then once you find the next job, then you leave. That's just me. So I think that's where she's missing for me is you quitting this job before you got another one lined up, and mom is still working 12 hours with the blockage in the heart and a man at the house that don't contribute. Like I would have had to secure some stuff before jumping ship. Is all I'm saying. So not a fan. I want her off my screen. I want her to have one less check. Mhm.
Can I just read the notes though? Because these notes, like, I know some of them. So just how you were saying you like PMSing, you in that phase. I
Yeah,
feel like that's where I was at last week. Like
yeah.
anything could just make me snap. And sometimes when I watch these shows, I feel like it comes out. And I don't even know what some of these which of these notes are yours and which are mine, but I'm just so house is underwhelming and the kids be doing too much. While other children feet all on the kitchen island. Get your ass down.
Me and you on that one. But that once you said kids be doing too much, literally as I was reading that, the little boy is on the island and his feet swinging around on the thing. No, you better get your ass down. Get down.
Oh,
Could
God.
take seeing the feet on the island. We about to eat on this. What is you
And you know she ain't about to clean it or wipe it down.
ain't? I was so I couldn't mm, I can't take
Oh. Then it says Ashley continues faking this storyline of signing divorce papers in June. Go to hell for playing with people like this.
that's you.
That was me because she really was trying to sit there talk about it's gonna be so real in June, babe. We're in November.
I just saw that she actually filed. Like I think that was on one of like either the Shade Room or this other page I follow. She just filed. And still, why file? Just stay with him. I don't.
The girl is crazy.
It was nuts.
Okay. Now this was actually a real question because she was like, "Oh, now that I'm a single mom." And this is something that I'm like, is she really a single mom? What is a single mom?
Interesting question.
Because I always considered a single mom a mom where like dad is not active or present in the life at all. Like, but also I don't know. I'm not a parent. Let me preface that because I don't want the moms to tussle.
Okay. I think I took single mom as um like you're not in a relationship. Like you're single. I am a
Okay.
single mom. That's
Okay.
what I took it as, I think. And then, but I think it's interesting when you say that because there's so many like connotations, right? When you hear someone say like I'm a single mom, it's like you're doing it all on your own. What's the girl? A single mom who works too hard, who
Yeah.
um,
McIntyre.
I'm a survivor.
That's
Like,
a girl.
it gives like it's all you, it's all by yourself. But like, what about the moms who are co-parenting, as the
Yeah.
kids say now? Technically you're still a single mom, but you're
Okay.
co-parenting, like the dad is still active. So I guess
Mhm.
what would you call yourself then?
So a single mom is just the single and single mom is just your relationship status.
That's how I take it.
Okay.
Again, the moms can tussle if they want, but take it as I am a single person who is a mom.
You said so the question was, is Ashley really a single mom? Tiny violence. I hate when people make it seem like they so stressed. Them kids were your choice.
So that's me. I was so pissed. Again, it's just one of them days. Like I am probably PMSing at this point, but it just really grinds my gears when people be like, just so like, these two kids are all my responsibility. Like, yeah, like, you have them. They are yours. No, and as a person with no children, whenever I hear it, it's like I didn't ask you to have them kids. I didn't say do that.
Mhm.
So break out the tiny violins that the two kids you chose to have, you got to take care of.
Mhm. Heavy on the chose to have because we know there are options.
Listen, and you did it twice. Like it's not. I don't know what you want me to say, And it's just like one of those like, oh, sorry, girl, like pat you on the back because them your kids. What you like, what was ever gonna be the plan? They were
Right.
always gonna be your responsibility.
Yep. They sure were. Like and it's like I don't know what Ashley goes through in her everyday life, but I would like to think it's also not as bad as the
Hmm.
average single mom. Like,
Hmm. I'd like to believe so. I would. I mean, you have a home. Like it could be worse. There are people trying to figure out where to live with their kids,
who
and you
don't
have
know what they're gonna eat tonight.
okay. Your kids is walking all over their food. You kidding me?
Oh, we actually just had our Thanksgiving potluck at work the other day, and I literally told one of my coworkers, I was like, if I had kids, I would be packing everything up into them trays. It was catered, by the way, not
Oh,
it was catered, but I was like packing everything up into them trays and bringing it to them kids at home. Child, that's what y'all eating for dinner tonight.
I ain't cooking nothing. Okay. Go in that kitchen and get you one of them plates. All right. Yeah, I think that's the thing, having to always think about another person. So it's like, girl, it is what it is. That's what you signed up for.
Yeah.
And you got two of them. So good luck.
Yeah.
Um,
And the last two, I'll read them quickly. Ashley mom was some sucker ass man who's sucking the life out of her, and Ashley is sad about it. I don't know. This is giving apple don't give too far from the tree, falls too far from the tree. Why Ashley ain't secure the bag? And who did the pony, Ashley? Jail.
the pony was really bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The more she talked to her mom, the worse it was looking for me. And I'm like, the fact that like even your hair wasn't even like in a decent ponytail, and then the ponytail you tacked to the back of it. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I didn't get like, why is there a little part, but it's like kind of on the edge, but it's not just brushed back. What are we jail? Go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. I was really, and then the Gina shirt, which was giving
Vagina.
Gina original, was giving wacky tacky. I just go to jail. You must have time. Like that's what I felt.
Mm.
Woo! And one last thing. I know mom is going through right now. Sorry, Ashley's mom. She been wearing the same hair for several seasons.
I knew you was gonna say it. I knew
Like,
say it.
I don't know if anybody else is gonna clock it, but it's the same shake and go for the past few seasons. That's all I'm gonna say. And we can move right along.
Move on to Jazzy's party for her man, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
not gonna yai.
It felt very random because I felt like people were coming in different dress codes. I also judge things by like well, obviously dress codes, but like the purses that I was seeing her with. Like she herself is a hoe. She came in with like this big purse. I was like, I'm confused. What's the celebration here? Like, is this a formal event? Is this a casual event? If this is formal, why does it look like we're in like the ballroom at the Ritz-Carlton or something? Like, I was just so confused about what this event was.
To me, I wrote the note further down, but I agree. It feels like production just was like, you know, it'd be great, Jazzy. What if he threw a party for all the girls to come and celebrate this
Mhm.
whole thing? Because even when you look at, so I think for me, the things I look at are all the people that are there outside of the cast. And for me, it's just like a random bunch of people. Like it didn't even give like these are his family members. These are, you know, it wasn't even like Jazzy put together a family celebration for him and she invited her girl group to it. It gave that like, no, this event is for my Real Housewives show, and I need to surround the show with like a party, right? Or I need to surround it with some people. That's why it just seemed like the most random people in the background who seemed like extras. And for him to say like he already went to the White House, so he was talking about Joseph
But
Biden.
they ate. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like okay, like, but when you look at the how that was set up, he's like in the center and all the girls are like around him with their partners. Like
Mhm.
it gave like this is the scene. This is why we're here to film this scene of the girls meeting him. But I didn't get the theme of the party. I didn't get what they were celebrating. Like, dang, for y'all to be celebrating the championship, we couldn't get the color of the team around here. Like,
It's like no decorations, no party planner. I like
no
cake.
gift bags. Yeah, no nothing that said like congrats. No banner. No, no, nothing.
Yeah, you can definitely tell producers told her like put something together.
Mm-hmm.
It's the venue or whatever. And she probably did have a different party
Yes,
earlier on, and she probably just told like, "Hey, some of y'all want to pop out for the scene that
that's
we were."
it. I need some people to fill this room for me. So pull up. Even like him, what's his name? Darius? Is that the man's name?
Yes,
Yeah.
Darius.
Darius brings one person with him. And the big
Yeah,
Prince
the
guy,
Prince.
so it's like, what is this? Like, what event is this? It makes no, it looks like he don't even like. he just clocked in. He didn't even get like, okay, this is the other thing. He didn't even get like, all right, y'all, make some noise. Here comes the Super
Like
Bowl. And he
yes.
just walked out the break room. Like he just walked out. Like, and she was like, oh, hey. Like the guest of honor just arrived. And it's no nothing. She give a toast. She just stand in the middle of the floor. Like, hey y'all. What was she said something
Did
stupid.
she have a mic?
No, this is what I mean. It was like, just tell us production made you do something. And we could have just did it at the house, quite frankly.
Hey, we could have, right in the backyard, we could have had some steaks on the grill.
It would have
Shoot.
been much better. And he came in a three-piece suit, and meanwhile, K man got the Gucci little polo on. Like, can we also talk about Kay and her man? They don't look like they go together. We've already said that. But the fact that y'all outfits, like, were y'all going to the same place at the same time? Like, I don't like when couples are matchy matchy per se, but like y'all should look.
Like y'all going to the same event. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like Kay. I also didn't like Kay's outfit anyway. The sequence with the random slits was given like what? But then two next to your man who got on the Gucci, it just was like, where are we going? Was he dropping you off and then you told him he had to come inside? Like, it was weird. It was very weird. So I'm disappointed. And then okay, one more thing. Wendy with the full ball gown on. Like, what is, I don't, like you said, the theme was just lost. It was lost. I don't get what we were doing. What we were TJ has sneakers on. It just was what is it? Where are we at?
I genuinely was like, oh, I'm really uncertain about this. Like,
Ah, disappointed. I'm also not a fan of Jazzy anymore, so we can almost get her off my screen.
I'm also not a fan of her because I've seen the podcast clips with Carlos
Mhm.
King, and I just also feel like if you want to be with that man and he done did you wrong, just like you also don't have to tell people, right? Like you could have kept it at, yes, my man plays for the NFL, he played for the Kansas City Chiefs, blah blah blah, whatever. You could have kept it at that. You didn't have to tell us when y'all got together. You ain't have to say. You could be like, y'all, you a fiance, y'all gonna get married in July 2025, like whatever you want to do, you can do it, but you literally did not have to tell us all this information. And my thing is like, we live in a world where people are going to definitely judge you, babe. And we're judging you more now because you're not standing on the fact that you was just a little something, something, little piece on the side. You wasn't meant to be like, well, I don't think he envisioned you as what you are today initially, but you became that. And I think that's okay if you like it, I love it. But just stand on that. Like all of
Think
these
she's trying to get us to buy in on her delusion, and we're not. Like, it's like, stop trying to convince us that this makes sense. It don't make no sense.
no.
So just like you said, I would have just said, like, I'm engaged to a Kansas City Chief, blah blah blah. He has two kids from a previous relationship, blah blah blah. Like, it just would have flew out, and we moving on. We talking about my wedding coming up. That's
Yeah.
literally as much as I would have said. Mum's the word, and y'all would have had to pry that information out of me. But I started thinking this because I'm like, once I saw the clips and saw, like, got the secondhand embarrassment, right? And I mean, I'm cringing real bad, like, oh, right? I'm like, what would make me do this? What would make me say this to the world? What if when she was pitching herself to Bravo, pitching herself to this show, she told them this story? Like, they're like, okay, what do you have that's interesting? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And she kind of said this, and they were like, ooh, that's good. When you get on the show, you need to talk about this. Like, to me, that's the only reason why I would share this information. And the
Mhm.
fact that she said it multiple times, like she shares it with Mia on camera because they do a flashback to that. And then she says it to the group. I feel like they told you had to say it. And like, that's all I could come up with. Because I can't imagine a world where I would have told this story and now have to be defending it.
Mhm.
And now I got to bring my man in on a Zoom with a podcaster in our living room talking about his relationship with his baby mama
Mm-hmm,
while
mm-hmm.
I'm sitting next to him trying to act like I'm wifey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can't. You I don't know how much money they get, but it ain't enough for me to tell this to the world. And then to have an attitude with the world. I hate when the girls do this. Like the girl on Love is Blind.
Ashley, yep, I
Yeah,
know.
like y'all get mad at us. What did I do?
Now,
What
why am I in it?
did because I don't understand. See, I don't even like I don't get why you're mad at me. What you're telling me makes no sense. And I'm just saying this is crazy.
This is dumb.
This is dumb. And you're mad that I said that. Okay, girl. I
They're also mad too because we're also like, couldn't be me. I'm not standing for that. Like they don't women don't like when other women have have boundaries.
pretty much, pretty much.
And they it's just low key like saying like you're boo boo the fool. And I mean that is what they are. And women hate to be no one wants to be called a clown. So they're also that piece too.
But when
Uh,
you put on the circus, baby,
yeah.
a clown. That's it. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. Just
Very.
very embarrassing. What's also embarrassing, ink is very short.
He's a
Like
shrimp.
obnoxiously short. Like, jeez, you're way down there. Like,
He's short. And he told somebody in the thing that he checks in with his correction officer.
I think that's a joke. I thought that was a joke. So I saw your note. Yes.
Okay.
So when he said it, he was talking to Giselle and Mia was standing next to him. And he's like, yeah, I'm here every weekend. Or, as much as my correction officer will let me, and kind of like, ha, over that way to Mia.
Oh, girl. I was like, not only is he a shrimp, but he's a felon.
A criminal. Yeah, he might be, child. Don't get me wrong. But in that instance, I think he was joking about the fact that like Mia is calling the shots, telling him when he can come and go, is what I got from that. Um,
Oh, sorry. I didn't pick up on that.
yeah. They're such a weird, like it just is weird. Looking at them too, I want, and we're gonna get into more of them later, but
Yeah.
weird. Um, Stacy arrives with, I'm skipping Kay pressing Mia for the apology because
Who
whatever.
cares?
Stacy arrives with TJ, and TJ is like on. Like that's the only way I could describe it. It's like, hey, ladies, how's it going? Oh, hugs and Eddie, and oh yeah, like
Personality on 10.
he
Yeah.
is on. He was like lights, camera, action on. Like, okay, we're gonna go in this room and we're gonna command attention. Okay. And he's like, hey, oh wow, ooh, ah. Like it gave like, okay, this is the actor side coming out to me. Like, not afraid of the camera, not afraid to make a moment. He's like, yeah, Eddie, like you're completely right. Like everything starts with friendship and blah blah. Like it just was very we on. We on right now. Um, and then I know you asked the question, is going on a date to the zoo a childish date? Do you feel that? Or what's your take?
If I'm gonna go, I actually love animals. I genuinely do. But if you're gonna take me to a zoo date, take me to the best zoo date ever. Like, and like, don't just take me to a zoo date. Like, I don't know. I still feel like I'm gonna need a little bit more in the day. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to take me out for a nice cocktail after, and maybe a little. Of course, you gotta feed me because if you ain't feed me, it's not a date. But But I mean, I don't think it's childish, but I don't feel like I hear about a lot of people going on dates to the zoo per se. Like I'm wondering like is Stacy like in love with animals? Like is this her interest or something? Like what piqued well, I don't really care that much, but I'm like this is not the norm, a normal date. I think they're also just trying to find shit to do since they're not having sex. So
That's fair. I don't hate the idea of a zoo date. But it would have, like you said, it has to be like a nice zoo. Like it can't be one of them zoos where it's like three animals and the animal in the back, they all sleep, da 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 da. Because to me, I feel like a zoo date is similar to an aquarium date or something like that. Like, you know, where it's like or a museum. Like, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. It would have to be like the Bronx Zoo, I think is a pretty
No,
like
Bronx was pretty expensive.
yes, and well known for being a pretty premier zoo. So like something like that. But I think also to your point, give me an experience at the zoo. So
Yeah.
whatever if there's a VIP package, you need to get that. You need to get if we could touch a few animals, if we could be, you know, zookeeper for the day, like something, whatever it is that could add a little something to the experience, you need to do that. And then I'm cool with it being a date. But ain't nobody just trying to walk around the zoo just looking. I need to
Right.
I need to get in the cage. I need something, something going on. And then I'm good. And then food and drinks, of course, is a must. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I didn't hate it. But then I didn't like Ashley has so much advice and stuff to chime in. Shut up. just shut up. Because what do you know about anything? So I don't like that they're trying to make TJ be so weird, so off, so whatever. Like he is a little whatever, but not for the reasons y'all are saying. Like, you know, like, oh, run for the hills because he took you to the zoo. Like, I don't think that's a run for the hills. It's
I
something.
think it's also like a thing too where it's like, are men interested in going to zoos? Like, I know men usually don't. And I feel like men will be interested in whatever you're interested in. Like, if they really like you, it's like, what are you willing to put up with?
Mhm.
What are you willing to do for how much you like me kind of thing?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I think that I would also think that too if like let's just say you told me like you went on a zoo day. I'm like, he liked the zoo? Kendra, you like the zoo? Like I'm asking questions.
Facts. Somebody gotta like the zoo because you ain't just thinking about this. But that's why I think that's the part I think I like about it is that you don't think about it often. It is something different. You
Yeah.
know, just say like, yeah, we went to the zoo. It feels different. It feels like something out of the ordinary. And that's what I could appreciate because I don't want to go bowling no more. I really don't. This man asked me, like, oh, how about our next day we go bowling? No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do paint and sips. I'm over it. Don't want to do, I've even axe throwed multiple times. Don't want to do that either.
Oh.
Um, it's a lot of stuff I'm ruling out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might as well go to the zoo because I'm cutting out so many things. Um, as far as like an activity, I could
Yeah.
always see we could just do that. But if we got to be doing something, then I don't think the zoo is something different. Like you said, we not having sex. We need entertainment.
Yeah,
Okay,
that is true.
so
Well, you heard it here first, ladies. And well, fellas,
fellas,
take them girls out to the zoo now.
yeah. Because if we did like especially if it was a zoo that had like a safari section or something, and then I think I could see it. I could see it. I wouldn't hate it. So so then jumping to we have Mia calling out Karen for Karen calling her out or whatever. And then Giselle kind of brings them to the side so they can have a conversation. So this is when it comes to, basically Mia finding out that Karen was talking about the opioid addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I do believe it is true that when you get a C-section, they give you pain medication because it's a surgery, right? Like so many
Mm-hmm.
times like we talk about C-sections as though like it's just a way to deliver a baby, but it is a major surgery that you're having, so they do
Mm-hmm.
pain medication for it. um and then so she went the route. That's when she found about, after having the overdose, she found out about chiropractic care, and that's how she got into the business. um I think for me the thing I was struggling with was, again, Mia, why do you think you have some kind of moral high ground? Like she was like, I didn't go to rehab, I had an overdose. Girl, what? Like it's not giving like I don't get, even when Karen was like, okay, so you would see why I would think you went to rehab. Like that all is addiction, overdose, rehab is all the same bucket. So I don't get why Mia thought that was like who do you think you are? I for your information, I didn't go to rehab. I overdosed. Okay, okay, girl. But Karen does take accountability for it. Says basically when you went low, so I went lower, and I will go low again if it ever gets there.
Yeah, I felt like so I was thinking about that because when she said it, I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the times I did feel like Mia is telling the truth right now. But then I was thinking about what y'all said last week, and she was like, she's in the health field, and well, I don't know if I'm quoting her, but I could have sworn she said this isn't a thing. Like that's not
Mm,
like the whole like I think it was more so the connection to the chiropractic being
yeah.
a thing is what she was saying isn't the thing.
Hmm.
So I was like, yeah, but I do agree. Like I'm to be honest, I'm not gonna hold you. I think this episode was my tipping point of having to deal with Mia.
Hmm.
I was just really tired of Mia at this point and
Yeah.
um like all of the things like I'm not it's not even just like I'm tired of all the stuff that's around her. Like I think it's okay to have like one storyline. My girl has is like shooting, it's like she's shooting sperm out. Like it's just so many things like that.
To the window.
Literally,
Wow.
god damn, it's always something with you. It's like one of those
Always.
people where like you call them, you're like, hey girl, and then they're like, yeah, da, da,
Hang up
da.
on you. Not in the mood. Pretty much. Like, dang. I get you. Like it's a bit much. And that's why I said I think y'all were trying to turn this into the Mia show, and I don't like it. It's
Mhm.
too much now. Like she's too much storyline. Where others have not enough, you have too much going on.
Yeah, we need to reel her in all the way in.
Reel it in. And apparently, like the girls are really like having, I think the reunion is gonna be a showdown where I've heard Giselle saying like Mia's just a lying liar who lies and I'm tired of the lies. I've heard Wendy say that Mia has the most to answer to at the reunion. She started off in defense of Mia as far as like not putting her kids, not protecting the kids. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
in the season, she starts doing things that Wendy can't stand by. So
I
I'm wondering as this season progresses, what the reunion turns out to be, because I think so far, not only are we getting tired of Mia, but the cast is starting to get tired of her.
yeah.
And I wonder how much more is going to happen. Because I don't even think we're close to the reunion yet. Like they haven't even filmed it or anything like that. So it's like we got a long way to go. How much worse, like how much worser does this get? I can't take no more at all. Um, so before we jump into like the big final scene, which is the Mia, like this is what again, it's like, oof, you got a lot going on. I did want to talk about Karen meeting up with her cousin David,
Mhm.
and we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. It wasn't like a crazy scene.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, but I wonder, like Karen is telling the story again of like how much she's been going through, how everything came to a head the day of the accident. I can respect that she's telling her story on her own terms. So sis is pretty much saying, I'm not gonna tell it with the girls. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about it how I want to talk about it. And then I also like that she apologized to David. He was on the phone during her accident. I like that she apologized because just acknowledging like that was a traumatic incident for him
Experience
as
for him.
well.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like, I appreciate her doing that, but I wonder, is Karen trying to get sympathy with the courts with this scene? Like this scene seemed like let me double down on how bad I am in, like bad of a shape I'm in, and like how rough things have been for me, and da da da, and like hoping that pulls at the heartstrings of the court. That's all my question was because apparently this is Karen's second DUI. I think. So they may be slapping down a little harder on her this time. So I wonder if she's trying to like, just get a little sympathy point.
I mean, maybe she probably is. And being that it is a second DUI, I probably would too. I actually would be out there on the side of the highway of trash without anybody asking me to do so.
I would have been started my community service.
I would have had that right up on TV.
Okay.
Right under the scenes. They could be like, "Oh, Zinga, where you going today?" "Oh, I'm just going to the side of the highway today to pick up trash. I just feel like I need to get back to the earth. I'm tired of the climate change. It's been hot for so long."
Just my civic duty. Doing what I can, like, ooh, child. That I just wonder. So we can slide to our final scene of the episode.
Yeah, which started out with Ink giving the kids ices. Yeah, babysitter.
Yeah,
God.
Molly the maid, you got your maid outfit on. It was giving babysitter. He's like, "Hey guys, guess what's in the freezer?" Like,
Oh, that was just, I don't know. Um, and then Mia comes in,
mm-hmm.
and then Gordon comes in shortly after. And Mia was like, "Yeah, we need to discuss boundaries." And Gordon said, I just want to put this out there. I'm on Team Gordon.
Period.
I'm on Team Gordon because he said, I like the thing that is really blowing my mind is they are filming right now. And he said, all I asked was, I don't want to be on the same TV screen when y'all doing y'all shit. I don't want to be doing this. I'm not trying to film with y'all. Mind you, they filming while this is happening. Like, I don't give a that feels so real because like I'm not promoting y'all dumbass relationship. I don't support this. And I feel like that was like showing Gordon it has some like I know y'all said last week she thinks that it could be a theory of hers that they're all in on it. But that was so real. That's raw emotion right there that he was feeling. He's dead ass don't fuck with this threesome stuff, this throuple thing. Like he's
Yes.
not with this shit. And he's literally like, this is my one ask. I'm gonna let you get your money. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you bring in the checks. But my one ask is don't do that shit. And she's just like, we're one big happy family. We're together. We're like, oh, okay, go ahead.
That's why I do think Mia got all of them together to plan this, right? I think the conversation was had on like what happens this season. But to your point, I think Gordon was like, "All right, if that's what you're going with, cool. But I'm not gonna be on the camera with all y'all. Like, we're not gonna be in a scene with me, you, him, and the kids. Like, we're not doing that."
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like, of course, Messy Mia not even honoring that part of
Mm-hmm.
the agreement, right? Like we've had this conversation before. Like married people have all kind of agreements all the time. So I don't see like it's not a stretch that the agreement was on this storyline, but I'm not gonna be on the camera on TV with y'all like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially because Mia keeps pushing this idea that like we're all good. It's
We're a throuple.
yeah, she keeps going in with this like we're one big happy family. We take pictures together, we do each other's laundry,
We
we
spend Christmas together. Like,
yeah, like it's you're really trying to drive this point home. And I think that scene was supposed to be like us as the viewers getting able to see that for once, right? Every time we've heard about it, she's reported back to the group.
mm-hmm.
She set that scene up that we were supposed to see that, right? The kids are supposed to be running around and the three of them are all in the apartment together and whatever. And Gordon is like, I told you no. Like I told you that's not how this is gonna go. I will film with you, I'll film with the kids, but I'm not filming as one big happy family. And rightfully so. Like Mia really thinks she's like keeping two men, right? Like that was her deep throat in the bottle, was like
Mhm.
that's how you keep two men. Like you really think, to your point, it's a
Like
thruple.
you're eating. Yeah.
And it's not. And my biggest note is like Mia is really pimping herself out at this point. Like, why are you selling so much of yourself for this TV screen? Because it really don't even take all this. Like, it's so much it's coming out and it's just in a nasty way. When
Mhm.
Gordon says, like, you got my wife pregnant and she had an abortion.
The day after, wasn't it the day after we got married? Or okay, maybe not the
Shortly
day
after they got married.
after.
So like that's just I wouldn't like it just feels nasty. You know what I mean? Like I don't like stuff like this because the show is not even supposed to be this. It's supposed to be like fun and like the peek into the lifestyle we couldn't have. This don't feel fun no more. This don't feel I
This
don't
feels like you really were conniving. You literally came into this marriage with a motive, whereas he probably really came in really loving. Like even the whole idea of like, yeah, me and G were a business relationship. Like it doesn't give that on his end. He really did
know.
love you. He really like, and the thing is like, okay, this not that this matters, but most of the time when people are married and they really love each other, that's why they decide to move forward and have kids. Cause they want like I want evidence or proof of our love. And they
Mhm.
didn't have not one of them things. They had two of them things, okay? By choice. Because we so
Mhm.
choice.
It's your body, your choice for right now. So
So it's really it is really crazy and it's really nasty and I yeah that pissed me off. I'm not gonna hold you. I was really on Ink's side. I mean not Ink, G side the whole time. Cause what are we doing?
and it none of it paints Mia in a positive light. So that's why I don't understand it. Right. So if you say it's a business arrangement, you're the person who benefits from the business arrangement. If you say he already had the money, so you was in it for the money. Okay. So
Right.
then it's like now you're cheating with ink, as Gordon pointed out multiple times. They didn't
Mhm.
answer the question, right? He's like, so you had two affairs. You're telling me the time that she got the abortion, and then when you think Jeremiah is your son, that's two times. So did you have two affairs? And even Gordon is real crazy. He was like, "Oh, they not answering, so that means it's true." Like,
Mhm. But
clocking y'all, going in, like he going in. Like he get him. You don't want to film with him no more because he's not gonna go with the program. So it's like, okay, now you've had multiple affairs. Now you don't know the paternity of one of your children. Now you know, like it was giving a lot of like, Mia, you don't look good in this scenario. And then even we got to figure this out for our co-parenting relationship. Like, what are you talking about? You and G co-parenting has nothing to do with Ink. And even if Ink was your husband right now, like that still would look like you and G having conversations about parenting and all of that. Like it was just, you're not even painting yourself in a good light, even if you are concocting this story. That's why I feel like you're pimping yourself out because you're not even helping yourself. You're
yeah.
just selling whatever you can. I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
I
don't,
think it's like at the end of the day, like we're seeing Mia is very much like not a moral person and like or a ethical person. Is that it? Like she's not a good person. And I think the
integral.
one thing that what you said?
Integral, like she doesn't have integrity.
Yes, yes. And I think as voters and as like Americans, I think that's the one thing that they Americans always try to push is like you have to have great integrity.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know how we whatever, like okay. But I just feel like, yeah. Mia is showing her true colors and she's not a good person. And it's like, that's not someone you would want to be a friend. I think we also try to look at just same way how we were talking about Kathy Hilton, and then we're like, yeah, like I want to go to be invited to her house, whatever. I wouldn't want to be invited to anything with Mia. I wouldn't. It's almost like I'm not saying this about her, but it's like I would have spit on her if she was on fire. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like that. Like, because she's not a nice person.
No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And then okay, let me know your thoughts. When it did come out that she had an abortion for the first pregnancy, like early on in the marriage, did it seem like there was no reaction to that?
Um, from who? From Ink?
So Ink says like, "Oh, it's my first time hearing that,"
Yeah.
and then Mia's like, "Nah, let's move on." But like,
But remember, she does that a lot when the information is true. Like even remember at the Lake Norman place when Karen was saying the stuff about Jacqueline, she was on silent there. So she does that a lot when shit really be true. She just be on some like they eating her up, and she's not a to me. Mia's not like a witty person, so
yeah,
she don't have like the comebacks ready and plot. Like she's not plotting. She's
yeah,
not on the go with it. So I think in those moments, like that's really her. Like, oh shit, like not
yeah.
trying to do my cards.
I get that. I'm like that when conflict arises. I'm wittier than her. But like if I see two people about to go in, I just be like, all right, like, all right. I don't have no other words. I'm just saying all right. Because I don't know what's all right, enough. All right, that's too much. That's all I got. I feel like that's what she be doing. Like she'd be like, okay, let's not, because she don't have
Yeah.
nothing else. Like there's nothing else to say. But I feel like I would have been a bit more emotional just
Mhm.
about hearing like that just came out on this TV. Like this camera crew is in here and you just said that. Like I would have felt something
Yeah.
on my like I would have felt even if I didn't have a comeback, I would have been like, wow, like for real? Like you would say that? Like I would break down. Like I couldn't even be that strong, you know? And then Ink, like, oh, that's my first time hearing that. But you don't even like, so what's good with you? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you saying? Like, we had a baby, you got rid of it, and you ain't tell me. Like, there was nothing. There was no emotion. And I'm like, are these people that good of actors where they could just like clock in and out of a scene and not have no emotion? Or y'all knew this all along? This ain't catching y'all by surprise. Whatever, like it is what it is. Like, oh, okay, he told that, whatever is how I felt. And I didn't, again, it just doesn't paint her in the best light. Like, what you got going on? Why you don't feel nothing?
You know E Kane on TikTok?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, she always be talking about her abortion. And
Yeah.
is it just like that? Like, although Mia doesn't talk about her abortions, but maybe it's like gotten to a point that it's like, look, it's happened to me quite so many times. So if someone brings it up, it's like, yeah, I did it. I had that. I did that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there because I feel like that this is a truly sensitive topic.
Yes.
Like, so I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to like play devil's advocate, I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to do over here. I need to shut up. Let me just let me go through her
So,
shit.
we don't really know nothing. We just commentating.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. That's all we got.
Every
Um,
allegedly, by the way.
two things though I wanted to point out, and these are like this is kind of stuff I watch. When Ink lights the candle in the house when G was there, that would have sent me. I would have been ready to go off just off that right there. Don't be lighting candles like you're really comfortable around here. Don't be trying to set no mood. Don't be trying to like what is you on? That would have sent me. So that
Mhm.
I already knew like I'm not ready for the conversation because why this man lighting candles? Like, don't make me slap you. Then the next thing, Ink is like 45 years old. Why is he talking about that's cap? That's cap. Grow up, okay?
Mhm.
Please grow up. I don't like hearing older people like, and especially like it wasn't in a funny way of like I kind of make fun of like the younger kids slang and stuff like that. But like if I'm really having a conversation with somebody, what I look like saying that's cap. Like, sir, and you want me to be kumbaya with you with my kids, man, please. So those was two things for me that I'm like, yeah, I'm on Team Gordon all the way. Don't nothing else make sense. You can't be on the other side, but Gordon's side. And try to make it like he has mental health issues.
Yeah,
It's not,
I like that because there are. Remember, she came out with the whole he has bipolar disorder,
yeah,
whatever, which could very much be true, right? Okay, he has bipolar disorder, but like there are people who real life have mental health issues. And
yes,
this is not like his ask is no way in any way, shape, or form related to no mental health. I think that is a perfectly normal ask of anybody. Like if
yes.
we're still married, you want to be fucking this man, that's your business. Just please have some respect for me and don't put me in no situation where we had to be. Like that is a very normal ask. So for you to sit there and say, "Oh, he has mental health," like, I'm really trying to take care of the kids and protect the kids. Like it just continues to add to how conniving and how nasty this woman really is. And it's like, I think that's why I'm really just sick of her. Like, she's not a good person. And I don't know where Andy or Bravo thought they were taking this franchise using her in this storyline. But like, I feel like this has really like put like, I think RHOP as a whole is great, but then like now it has this bad foot.
Yeah.
When people
At Bigfoot, uh-huh.
yeah, they got like it's this is the gangrene of RHOP. They gotta cut her off. They gotta let her
Gotta
go.
chop the foot,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Big Mama gotta lose her leg because I think too it's honestly trending the show down though. Like I think they don't have like what are we happy about this season? Like where's the positivity? Where's the girl power? Where's the hurrah? Where are the laughs? Like it's just given like, dang, this is sad. Like this is just and I
And
almost would be okay with shutting the whole thing down. Like
mhm.
that's how I feel honestly, because it's like if we have to continue like this, let's just call it on Potomac and move on.
Literally, people have been saying on Twitter how much this feels like love and hip hop. And I think it goes back to like what y'all was saying. No shade, but shade to love and hip hop. Like we know it's a little ratchet over there. But like I think this is what y'all is saying. Like we watch Housewives because we want to see something that's like, ooh,
Yeah.
we like our housewives rich, living luxury, doing the most like absurd things, like Lisa crying over having to sit and coach, even though she probably
Yes.
sits all the time, right? Like we like to see those things. This is not that. This is very much like a lot of people's reality.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think though? So I'll never forget that the Real Housewives of Potomac was not set to be an actual Real Housewives show. So Real Housewives of Potomac was actually about the Jack and Jill moms
Yeah, the
area.
remember what they used to call it, the etiquette.
Yes. So
Mhm.
from the first season, you kind of see like that was the real premise of this show. So I think because now don't get me wrong, Jack and Jill is supposed to be like the wealthier amongst us, but it's also not like Real Housewives level rich that
Mhm.
we're talking about. Like I feel like Real Housewives is supposed to be like you can't even get in the club. So that's why you need to watch the show to see what it's like to
Mhm.
get in, right? Like it's supposed to be Bronwyn with the $4 million necklace on. Like, okay, don't know what that's like. Would like to one day see that. It's supposed to be that kind of stuff
Mhm.
over like these women are giving very accessible. No shade, no tea. But if it gives like,
This is giving like my homegirl could deal with this, except for
yeah,
yeah.
it's in essence, a
Yeah.
homegirl could deal with this. And I think that's why their drama feels very like heavy and dark because it's not drama that feels unique or feels like we don't understand or like it, you know what I mean? Like I feel like Lisa having an issue with being in coach for 62 minutes feels like, oh my God, like this girl crazy, like rich people problems, like whatever, right? Because like for us, sitting in coach for 62 minutes is like, yeah, girl, like what the heck? Like whatever. So, and those problems don't feel heavy and don't feel dark, don't feel whatever, because it's like rich people problems.
Yeah.
Whereas like me and what she's going through feels very heavy to me. Like I feel very like this is dark and sad, and I don't like this because it's like affairs and paternity and like it just feels too girl. I need a rich people problem.
Heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is weird. It's too
Like
heavy.
I need a cocktail after hearing your shit, or I need to pour me a wine a glass, like
A glass of wine.
glass of wine.
Exactly. Like it's just mm, get them off my screen. Thank you, bravo. I know y'all gonna keep her though, because this is really all they got. Like you said, we don't really have much else. We have Karen's DUI. Even that's starting to feel heavy. Like court cases. Jesus.
Yeah, you seen the preview?
Yes. Hey,
God.
they gotta get in a circle and pray. Like, whew, this is draining. I'm not so yeah.
Honestly, we could be the damn Housewives of Potomac. They might as well just come to New York or Brooklyn or
Yes.
Tri-State, Housewives of Tri-State at this point. If this is the storylines, maybe I could come up
I
with
could do
something.
this. I could do this.
I could come up
Okay.
with something for y'all,
This would have
okay?
been a perfect season for me. The man threw me out the house. Like, come on. I got that. If that's all we need to have. Like, I thought we had to be rich. I thought we had to be no. You ain't even gotta have good fashions no more. You don't have nothing.
You really don't. Like,
You really
boys
don't.
be wearing the same outfits from Zara.
Clock. That's you?
You heard that?
Yes.
I didn't know you could hear that. I was trying to look on Twitch, I'll be keeping up with the teeny boppers and Kai Cenat with his streaming for 30 days straight, and I heard he gonna have SZA on there, so I was trying to
Dang. Oh, okay. So let's get to Kai. So, fun fact question, get to know the black girls. Okay. And here's the question for today. If everything was legal for 24 hours, what would you do?
I'm going to get like a U-Haul truck and I'm gonna go to every small bank. I'm gonna hit up all the small banks because I feel like people are already thinking the same thing. I'm gonna hit up all the small banks. I'm gonna put all the money, get all the monies from out the vault and put them up into my U-Haul truck and then yeah, I'm probably gonna drive off to my next destination. Oh no, I could probably get a plane at this point. I don't need to. I don't need to drive. I'll probably do a Uber plane to my next
And when
destination.
it land, just walk away.
Yeah, call up a realtor. Hey,
No,
I got 500 right now for a house. What you got for me?
pretty
cash,
much.
cash offer.
Honestly, if everything were legal, just lie on all my mortgage documents. Just lie.
Yeah, actually, like I don't think if it's legal, do I even need to buy it still? Like, can I just steal it from you?
Let me just get that. Thanks. Like I think that was smart though, hitting the small banks. Yeah, because everybody think it's too big. You
I
can't,
think it big. I gotta go to the small thing.
okay, them the ones you gotta go to. I think for me, similar. I don't even want to hurt nobody. I just want to steal. That's it.
I just want to steal. Like, shoot, now I got a U-Haul. I'm thinking Target, hit up Target.
Yeah, that's it.
And lifetime supply of paper towel. Like,
That's it. I don't want to even want and just hey, slide on my way. Thank you. And I just want to go. That's it. I don't even want to hurt nobody. I don't. It's a victimless crime for me, but
yeah,
it's really
like
crime.
no victims. No one was harmed over here. I
No one
still
was harmed.
heaven.
Okay. And I would go to work the next day too. I'd be like, hey,
100%.
oh, so cool, similar. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to our 10th episode of Black Girls Do Reviews, the podcast for your favorite Black girls. We're so glad that you guys are here. You're tuned in week after week. We love y'all. Until next time. Bye.